and I'm here to talk to you about the new Conn 88H NV, which is Conn's very fancy new Conn 88H. It's based on the older style of Conn, hence the name New Vintage. The bell has a new taper, the valve is new. In fact, the bell has even been based on more of the original prototypes of the 88H. Now it's a lovely trombone, so I'm going to play a little bit more for you. Now, as you can hear, this trombone holds itself very well, even in the loud parts, even in loud music rather, like you get in Wagner or Mahler. Yet it still harkens back to that original Conn sound of the older trombones, similar to this 70s Conn 88H. It still keeps that warm Conn sound. Now, to show you a bit of that warm Conn sound, I'll play you a little bit on this older 88H, and then I'll play the new one for you. Now that old Conn sound is really warm and luscious, but some issues that sometimes come up with these older Conns, that it can be a bit fluffy, and also you may have heard this one has springs in the slide, which is wonderful for tuning our Ds here, but not so good when we're recording, as you may have just heard. Now, the new Conn 88H NV manages to have that warm Conn sound without any of the issues that came with the older instruments. It still has the ability to be very clear and articulate, yet still sounding luscious. So it's got that warm, gorgeous noise to it, but it still has every note being articulate and in its place, which is another brilliant thing about this trombone. Every note you play on it feels like it's in the right place. Everywhere you play, you know that note's going to come out. You're taming the instrument less. It's less like you've got to get it out and work it really hard. This trombone plays just as it should. Every note is everywhere. Even A flats are quite nice on this instrument. The top A flat just sings out. It's a notable note on trombones can be quite interesting, but on this trombone, it's exactly where you want it to be, exactly where you expect it to be. There's no worry. Now, alongside these other two trombones, we've spoken about this valve wrap. Now, it's not the only thing they've changed. They've also added this lovely wooden paddle, compared to the slightly harsher and colder paddle that works very well on the newer 88Hs. This paddle, rather, feels like a cushion in your hands. The valve is also a lot more open. They've made a quasi-closed and open wrap valve so that it feels easier to play, even in that low range that trombones are having to play more and more nowadays. Even that bottom C comes out full and loud. Now, if we compare that to the closed wrap on this newer Conn 88H, which will still be coming out very well, it will just be a little bit stuffier with this wrap. So it just needs a lot more air behind it to get the instrument going. But it's still a very good trombone. But with the 88H NV, they've taken a very good trombone, and made an amazing trombone. Another lovely thing about these trombones, these new 88H NVs, is the engraving. The engraving on this 88H is stunning, but this one is like a gorgeous harkening back to the old hand-engraved trombones of the 50s, 60s, 40s, 30s, all of that amazing heritage of the 20th century, and they've brought it back in this 88H NV. Now, another part of the 88H NV that's rather innovative when we think about trombone design is actually the case. Now, you may notice beside me is this absolutely lovely, streamlined, hard Conn 88H NV case. Compared to the old coffin cases of the 88H, it's a lot less cumbersome. Now, they're both very strong cases that will look after your trombone very well, but this case looks beautiful. It has straps so you can carry it easily, and it's going to fit a lot easier if you want to put it in the boot of your car when you're going away and you want to practice. If you want to take it anywhere, it will fit nicely. So this is the new Conn 88H NV, which is available at Dorks, as well as this lovely new Conn 88H Standard Edition. And I hope you'll come and try and fall in love with this instrument just like I have.